Hi there, students. So I've had this question about what's the difference between obligatory, mandatory, compulsory, and imperative. So I think the one that is most different of these four is imperative. If something is imperative, it's essential. It's of great importance. It's imperative that this happens. It's of vital importance. So it's imperative that you be here at 5 o'clock tomorrow. So the imperative, it's saying that something is really urgent. It's saying that something is essential. It's something that is really, really needed. It's a factor or an influence that makes something necessary and an imperative. But it just means if it doesn't happen, then bad things are going to happen, and normally it's imperative that this happens. It means it's really, really important. There's going to be disaster if it doesn't happen. Whereas you see, I think the other three are talking more about forcing somebody to do something, and I think compulsory, mandatory and obligatory are all very similar. Now, I also think if something is obligatory, this is talking more about what you want to do. It's something that is good for you and you should want to do this. This is perhaps a little bit like the difference between must and have to. If I have to do something, it's very important, it's imperative, because I want to do it. Whereas if I must do something, it's a law that is being imposed by somebody externally. And I think if something is obligatory, this is something that I'm obliged to do. I don't think there is somebody that's actually compelling me to do it, but it's obligatory. It's something that is really good. I'm going to suffer problems if I don't do it. And it's something that you must do. Now we come to mandatory and compulsory. I think mandatory is talking about a law which says this must be done. It's an external law. And if you don't do something mandatory, then you will go to jail. You're breaking the law if you don't do something mandatory. And something that is compulsory, it's like there is somebody there to compel you to do it. If you don't do it, somebody is going to force you to do it. So, education until going to school until the age of 16 in first world countries is compulsory, and your parents should compel you to go to school. They should force you to do it. Okay, so let's see. Imperative is really important. The world will fall to bits if it's not done. Obligatory. It's something that you really feel you want to do. Yes, perhaps there is a law about it, but this is because it's really for your own benefit. I think something that is mandatory, it's saying that there is a law, there is a mandate, there is a written law that says you must do this. And something that's compulsory, somebody is compelling you to do it. Somebody, if you don't do it, then you're going to be forced to do it. So let's see, what about formality? I think I'm going to give them all maybe a 6 in formality. Maybe, let's see, I think maybe imperative, mandatory. Yeah, I'm going to give them all a 6 in formality, more or less. I think obligatory maybe is the most formal. Obligatory comes from to oblige. Yeah, obligatorious in Latin. Mandatory comes from mandate, to have to do something, something that is mandatory. It's late Latin. It's something that is ordered. And then compulsory, from to compel. Yeah, it's somebody's going to force you to do it. And then imperative, from imperator, an emperor, an empire, uh, a power. So imperare, to command. Yeah. So which are you going to use? I think mostly they are interchangeable. Obligatory, mandatory, compulsory, and imperative.